everyone, this is Ellie. The Midnight Epilogue event is now out. Make sure to check the event duration in your time zone. Per usual, I'll have the link to the official patch notes announcement in the video description. So first, if we look at the event main screen, I do want to mention that this event's gameplay is basically identical to the Magical Halloween events, so it will be familiar for those of you who played during that event. Now, first, if we look at Night Gathering, which is the middle left, this is the event shop. The currency for the event shop is the magic candle, which you can obtain through event stamina farming stages. I also want to point out that this time's event shop only has materials, so the profile items and the free O'Connor SR are obtained from gameplay, which I'll mention in a bit. In terms of these materials, feel free to redeem whatever you need or want. Personally, I always go for skill packs. Of note, both Pictura EXP materials, the basic ascension packs, intermediate ascension packs, tin coins, and gold coins are not worth it to purchase from the event shop. Now, if we go back to the event map here, there are 5 stamina farming locations for this event, each corresponding to 1 male lead. Wizard Domain is Clarence at the top left, Secret Forest is Cael at the top middle, Midnight Castle is Ayn at the top right, and then bottom middle, which is Misty Bridge, is Lars, and Puppet Manor, bottom right, is Alcade. So keep in mind that each location's bonus illustras are different, so make sure to check up here at Event Bonus. It also pop up at the top of your illustra list when you build your team here. For stamina expenditure, the recommendation is to first clear everything, then farm difficulty 2, until you hit 23,000 revenue. And this is because the advanced potions unlock at 23,000 revenue. I do also have to mention that difficulty 2 unlocks on day 2 of the event. And then after that, focus on farming difficulty 3 apart from fulfilling potion orders, which I'll get to in a bit. So the core of the gameplay is Witch Workshop, which is in the middle right. This is where you'll be obtaining revenue, which is also a really important currency for this event. Here you use ingredients you farmed from the stamina farming stages to research potions here. This is where you unlock new recipes. And also to make them here. After you unlock the recipes, you can make them here. Of note, the recipes that have a heart on the icon, these are not currently available. These will unlock alongside the advanced potions when you reach 23,000 revenue. But these are the ones that you use to increase male lead's Halloween affinity. That's event-specific affinity, and I'll mention that in a little bit more detail in a bit. About these recipes, Mello from our community Discord server has graciously allowed me to share her recipe guide for this event, and you can find this in the most recent community post on this channel. So after you make the potions, you sell them at the bottom here, either by clicking the quick stock or the plus signs here, and you'll earn star spell coins, which is basically revenue, and you can check your revenue and rewards in business here, where I just clicked business. And once you reach a certain revenue point, as you can tell, it's around 10k, but you'll obtain the free O'Connor SR, and it does carry drop bonuses, so make sure to grab this as soon as possible. The profile items are also obtained here when you reach a higher revenue. Sometimes you will have potion orders that pop up when you enter Witch Workshop, which is this location we're at. You can also see them in business and then orders here. Completing these is more resource efficient, so try to do these when you see them. There are also times where the male leads may buy out whatever you put on stock. You can see their activity in log here. You can also check the ingredients and potions you own in storage, bottom left. Something really important to note is the Pictura at the top right, but this unlocks on the second day of the event after completing the system tutorial, so I'll have to use pictures here. But basically here you can give designated potions, which I mentioned earlier are the ones that have the little heart on them, to their corresponding male lead to increase event affinity. And at 50% and 100% affinity, you'll unlock chapters in their event stories, as well as stickers to add to the custom Pictura. And 50% requires 400 of the corresponding potion, and 100% requires 800. There's no reward past that, so please do not waste resources after you've achieved 100%. You can access the custom Pictura through the tab on the right. It'll be highlighted, but please make sure to hit confirm or save or whatever the word is after you add the stickers, because your final saved version of the custom Pictura will be sent via in-game mail after the event concludes. Now, if we head back to the event main screen, the event story is at Crystal Lake at the bottom left corner. It's separated into prologue, each male lead storyline, and then the epilogue. So the epilogue is time-gated and also requires that you complete any male lead storyline. So for each male lead, the first and fourth chapters will unlock after you reach certain revenue values. And then the second and third will unlock after you reach 50% and 100% Halloween affinity with him, respectively. I also want to mention that in Night Gathering, which is our event shop, and then at the top here you can switch to Material Recycler, which every day you can grab 1,000 revenue using the discarded potion residue, which is basically when you fail the magic potion, plus the magic candles, which are the regular event shop currency. So that'll be it for the event overview. Now, if we talk about the gacha, per usual, we have the rate up choice function here. I already used it. If you wish for an SR, that one will be guaranteed in the first 10 pull. If you wish for an SSR, it guarantees that the first event SSR you get is the one you choose. Specific rates are listed in details here. As a reminder, the detailed Illustra guides for the SSRs, along with Lars's SR, are already up on my Notion site, which is linked in the video description and in the pinned comment. So briefly going over the cards. First, I'll start with Ayn. Ayn's SSR is a strong main AoE damage dealer, but is squishy and needs survivability teammates. It is reliant on manual combat usually, but not super reliant on ult levels because of its kit. However, it is the best Ayn damage dealer currently and will continue to be one of Ayn's best in the future, so it is generally worth it to feed enlightenments if you can use this card well. Cael's SSR is a multifunctional utility single target that can provide either survivability or damage buffing depending on the condition. Please be aware that this card is heavily reliant on manual and performs well in high difficulty content if you can use it correctly. And then for Clarence's SSR, this is a niche sub-damage dealer with conditional damage output based on enemy and Illustra statuses. Also, be aware that this card is heavily reliant on manual combat and on enemy statuses. Now, usually I don't make guides for SRs, but I would like to give a shout out to Lars SR this time. This card is focused on dodging and is basically solely used in high difficulty content. Please note that SR priority will almost always be lower than SSRs, so only consider building this Illustra if you don't have many SSRs and or you need help with high difficulty content. Also reminder, please do not use enlightenments on any non-SSR Illustra, including this one. So in terms of pull recommendation, overall, I would recommend pulling the Ayn SSR even if you have other AoE damage dealers. In my opinion, this card remains Ayn's top 3 AoE in the future and will be an overall top 3 for at least another half year to 1 year. It does perform better on manual, but still works well in low pressure auto combat. Just be careful about keeping this card alive. Second, I would recommend grabbing 1 copy of the Lars SR if you are a newer player or struggling in high difficulty content. Third, the Cael SSR is useful, but the kit is quite conditional, so you'll need to put in brain power to use it. With all that said, please check out the detailed Illustra guide on my Notion site. In terms of the Pictura this time, the event Pictura, or the event 3-star Pictura, is not increased initial ult charge, so from a combat standpoint, it's not worth pulling. Now, before I end the video, I also want to mention that the Midnight series outfits are available for purchase in the shop. So the Midnight Selection Pack contains 1 character outfit, 1 new date background, and 4 old Dutch paints, but please keep in mind this pack can only be purchased once. If you'd like the other new date backgrounds, you'll have to buy them using buttons. And besides the Midnight Selection Pack, you can also grab the Midnight outfits from regular outfit packs, which you'd find at Shop, Pack, Midnight Epilogue, and they are right here. And these include the character's outfit and 68 diamonds. These outfit packs, minus the diamonds, did rerun on the CN server, for your information. And so that'll be all for the video. Please like and subscribe.